Vous êtes bien sur OÜI FM et quel plaisir, quel honneur de rencontrer des personnes qui nous ont donné envie de faire ce métier, on peut le dire. Ils sont sur le point de sortir l'album Supercharged, un album qui est très 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 attendu. Il s'agit de Noodles et de Monsieur Dexter Holland. Hello guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Good.
First of all, thank you for taking the time to have a chat with us. At OÜI FM, we are big fans of your music, of your career. We have a lot of admirations for your career. So thank you again for taking your time.
Thank you. You've always taken really good care of us, so we appreciate it.
So 40 years being in the band, 40 years creating music, and here we are in Paris in 2024. You guys are releasing your 11th album, Supercharged. It's like an 11th baby. How does it feel?
Tiring.
Yeah, I guess so.
It feels great. It feels great. We still love making records, love creating music, and it's still fun for us, so that's why we're still doing it.
Yeah, and we can feel it. The production sounds amazing. You produced this album with Bob Rock. This is not the first time for you to working with him. What was the main difference creating it? Because it sounds a bit different. It feels like it's refreshing, it's powerful, and we can feel like there is some kind of old school sound as well. So please, can you tell us how you managed to create this?
Well, I mean, I think we weren't afraid to go back and do some stuff that sounded a little bit old school, right? Mm-hmm. I think sometimes you get it in your head like, well, I can't do that because that sounds like repeating stuff. Yeah, there's kind of an old joke when you go see a band and they try a new song and you're in the crowd and you yell, "Play your old shit," right? But we thought, we could do some of the record could be like that because that's a part of our sound and it's part of who we are, and that would be all right.
But it sounds also very, very modern as well. So this is because the first song. Let's talk about the first song, which is probably my favorite, I guess. Right. Looking out for number one. What an opening! What a beginning of a record, guys! It feels like a slap on the face for a first record. So the production sounds good, the lyrics as well. Like, we used to believe in the hope and the dream, then they hit you with the lies. Ouch.
Yeah. We've been told that, on the one hand, your music sounds very happy, but your lyrics can be very dark.
Yes.
But maybe it's that kind of juxtaposition that makes it work in a weird way. It's not really conscious. It's just something that we do. But, looking out for number one, I do feel like people are out for themselves more than ever. I don't know. Maybe that's just a jaded viewpoint, but it kind of feels like that. And maybe it's the internet, but people are more entitled. They're more likely to go, to type out "fuck you" or whatever, right? And just say, "get out of my way." There's more road rage than ever. There's more, you can think of a million ways in which it just feels like something going on to me. And so that's why the idea of looking out to number one it sounded real but funny at the same time.
Yes, at the same time, yeah, that's it. But because there is a massive contrast between this opening and the first single, Make It Alright, it's totally the opposite. So, and we can feel it as well with Truth in Fiction. You guys were angry?
Yeah. We're mad.
You are real mad because to me, this song sounds, it's punk music at its fullest, like 2 minutes. The beat is really, 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 really fast. And listening to the chorus, I can imagine it live. Like, I can imagine the crowd screaming the lyrics like truth in fiction. Maybe creating this album was the main point of this song. I don't know.
Yeah. Truth in Fiction is a song that's about what is true and what's not true, and it should be very obvious what the truth is and what it's not. But now it's becoming very unclear, what people think is true, and so one person's reality is completely different from another person's reality. I mean, there's supposed to be only one reality, right? And you want to go say something about that?
Well, yeah. Well, I think the internet has kind of helped spawn whatever you want to believe you can believe. There's way more flat earthers today than there was 20 years ago. The Earth is not flat. Sorry, I don't want to start a fight.
No, it's okay.
The Earth is not flat. I've been around it a couple of times.
Yeah.
That might be that's your lived experience, but you cannot say.
You want to share something, maybe?
But yeah, you see that more and more. People just refusing the facts and not digging deep enough. They just kind of believe what they want to believe.
What they want,
and
they want to believe the disinformation.
Is so sure they're right.
And I think it's like people are glorifying the disinformation as well. With the AI, it can be very, very, very giving us some anxiety. And how do you feel about this kind of stuff? The AI stuff, the disinformation as well.
Yeah. You had a good answer about that.
Oh.
Before. Your prediction.
Prediction. Oh, well, I mean, I think it is here to stay, right? I understand that it's very confusing and scary. And like you said, it gives people anxiety. And then as in the technology of it's getting better, is that person really saying what I think they're saying? Or is that just, a projection or something that's not real? And so that stuff we're all going to have to sort through. But I think it is here to stay. And I think it will end up being like other kinds of technology where people can use it for good or they can use it for evil. And we're going to have to sort that out.
And do you think that you will be using it on stage, the AI stuff?
Ooh. Maybe I don't have to be there. I could be at home watching TV.
No, don't do that, please.
Well, if we did, we would only use it to change a sound, which really, I mean, we have different guitar sounds, chorus pedals, things like that change the sound of things. So I think it would just be like for that. And in that regard, I don't think it's a bad thing. When you start using it to when kids are using it to write term papers or, bands are using it to try to write their own music, first of all, I think it's going to fall flat. I don't think you're going to do well with that. I love what Joe Walsh of James Gang and the Eagles said about it. He said he's not worried about AI. AI can't throw a television set out of a hotel window, AI's not getting laid. Until AI can do that stuff, it's not a problem. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of great fan communities. The Japanese fans are awesome. The French fans also. And the Brazilian as well. And I just want to talk about Come to Brazil.
Right.
Can you tell us a bit more about this song?
Yeah, I know. I think we're going to have to do a song for every country. Now, France, we did one on the last record. We did a French version of We Never Have Sex Anymore, where Dexter sang it in French. So.
To me, Come to Brazil sounds like a joke because I'm a fangirl, and I can see the comments on the picture, under the picture, say, come to Brazil, please come to Brazil. Is this related or not at all?
Yes, so you get it.
I got it.
We see DMs with comments all the time. They're saying, come to Brazil. And it's one thing if we're saying we're going on tour, because then people will say, well, come to Paris, come to wherever. So, but it doesn't matter what we post. They just answer, come to Brazil. Happy birthday, Noodles. Come to Brazil.
I know. And you're not the only band because every band got this.
Yeah.
I saw the English band like McFly. Oh, come to Brazil. They make the same joke, and thank you for making a song about this.
And no one
because
it
was so fun.
Like, we got to make this a song. So the whole thing started with the title, which is actually kind of unusual. We don't usually write that way. But then it's like, okay, what would the perfect song for a Brazilian fan be? And like, it would be fast, but it would be heavy in the verse, and it would have the biggest anthem chorus ever, and it would have ole ole at the end, right? So
I love it so much. When I received the album, I told Olivier, they made a song named Come to Brazil. How fun is that? So
great.
I can't wait to play it on the radio station. Let me tell you. What was the funniest part creating this album, except the Come for Brazil stuff? What was the funniest stuff?
Funniest, you got something?
Fun, yeah.
There
were a lot of it was really fun. I think, Get Some for me as a guitar player was super fun to play because the guitar riffs are off the hook on that. Coming up with that solo, we sat in with that solo and I borrowed one of Bob's guitars. Yeah. It's actually kind of patterned after one of Mick Mars' guitars from Motley Crue with the whammy bar. And we just kind of laughed our asses off coming up with that guitar solo. It's just over the top.
Yeah,
so.
that was kind of thing is like, can you play it worse?
Can you just play it worse just
worse.
to hear it?
We wanted it to be wild and crazy and stuff. So
and playing it worse is right in my wheelhouse too. So no problem. I got this, Dex. You came to the right guy.
Will you play it worse live as well?
Probably. Yeah, you can count on that. Yeah.
What was your what are your favorite songs of the record, so I can make a choice and play them on the radios?
Off the new record?
Yeah, of the new record.
Well, Make It All Right, of course, one of our favorite songs. It's great. Gosh, I don't know. We've been playing Light It Up live.
Yeah, I love the
really
lyrics as well. Can you tell us a bit more about this one, especially?
Yeah. You want to tell them about that?
About Light It Up?
Yeah.
It's like, when the world is being an asshole.
I know, that's why it's one of my favorites.
You can fight against it. Like whatever the world's throwing at you, don't worry. When people are lying to you, not being honest, or trying to manipulate you, you don't have to take it. It's kind of like fighting back. Like, I got this. I got a rocket on my back. Bring it. Whatever you got,
It's a good anthem.
I'll get through this. Yeah, a lot of the record has that kind of, to it for sure.
I think for our listeners, it can be very, it's September, we have to go back to school or to work, and we feel very stressed and anxious. I don't want to meet my boss again, or I don't want to see that person. I think this album is a great medicine for it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Really.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely about fighting back.
Well, I think, the last record we did was, we released it in the middle of a pandemic. It was, let the bad times roll, and it was similar kind of thing. It's okay, bring it, we got this. Yeah. But now there's a little bit more fight. A lot of the songs are kind of, we got through all that dark time, and we succeeded, and we're doing better than ever. Let's keep fighting. We got some fight in us. This dog's got fight in him.
I really do love it. Is there another song you want us to play from the record? And you want to talk about it?
Yeah, all of them. I mean, okay, but this is the last time. That's one of my favorite songs on the record. That's kind of a song about how when you're in a relationship, you might give in more than you want to, or you're trying to make things work. And I think that can apply to, your girlfriend, of course, but it could be your dog or something.
Yes.
Okay, but this is the last
cat.
time.
I do everything for my cat, and they're just not giving me back the love sometimes.
That's right.
It's kind of like it reminds me a lot of self-esteem, at least in terms of lyrical content and meaning. It's like I almost got self-esteem. I'm almost there, but everyone knows you in any relationship you have to give a little to get that love back, and so I think it's a lot about that.
You have to keep the balance and to not just feeling like, oh man, I fucked up. So 40 years of being in the band, it's a chance because you guys are such a great inspiration. Like I told you at the Hellfest, I think if I'm doing this job is because I discovered music through punk rock, through your album, and it gives me chills every time I'm saying it, because we can feel the passion, the authenticity through the years. Every time you release an album, we can feel like, you are doing it with your guts, with everything that you have still today. And it's a chance to still have some bands like you today, because we have some 41 who are splitting up, and please don't do that ever.
We're going to be the last ones. That's all.
Yeah. So how can you explain that? Because do you still learn some stuff from each other's? It's like a love story between you two.
Oh, it is, yes. I think we're always, I don't know, it doesn't feel like I learn from stuff from him all the time, for sure. It doesn't feel like he's teaching me, though. It's not like I think, any kind of relationship that lasts this long, you're friends, you're like brothers. You still,
it's family.
Learn from each other. We talk a lot. We have a lot of discussions in the studio, and with Bob in there too. We're always just about, something new that we've heard music-wise, or an old record that we went back and listened to and discovered something new in an old record, or just whatever's going on in the world too, like for lyrical content, you know, whether it's interpersonal struggles or society, you know, struggle. We see things in societies, people struggling against, you know.
Yeah, we can feel it. I guess that's why you're still here, because it's that we can still feel this connection between you, and I think that's why we're still playing your music. I guess so.
Thank you.
And that's why France loves you. Let's talk about this summer. You've been making a lot of festivals. Tomorrow, because we're in August, right there. So tomorrow they'll be playing at Rock and Sen. It be raining tomorrow, so be careful. I watch the weather, so there'll be rain. Okay, that's it. Over a real punk rock show. It's okay. Yeah. But let's talk about the relationship that you have with your French fans. They're always supporting you. How do you feel about them today?
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we just have the best shows in France. We always have, like from the very beginning. It's been great. What were you going to say?
I don't know if you remember this. When we first came here for our headlining tour, we played a venue, and somebody said, wow, Nirvana didn't even fill this place up, and we sold it out, you know. And we thought, wow, you know, because Nirvana at the time, well, Kurt had just passed, but Nirvana was huge at the time, and for us to think we're playing where Nirvana played was big for us. We've always had just really passionate and energetic fans here in France, and the fan base has just grown and grown over the years. So it just keeps getting better, and we're so thankful to have that. It's great.
Any plans for a French tour, maybe?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, this album comes out October 11th, and we're going to go everywhere. We're calling it Worldwide in 25.
Yeah.
So France will be a big part of that for sure.
Okay. What can we expect from the set list? Of course, the new songs, but you guys, you have a lot of albums. It's quite difficult for you now to select, to make a great selection from new songs. How will you work on this?
It actually is kind of tough because we're very lucky that we have a lot of songs that people know, but it's like, well, which ones do you put on the list? We only have so long that we can play, and so we feel it out and still play some stuff that it's not the same every night, but we know what people want to hear, and we don't have a problem playing a song like Come Out and Play every night that people want to hear. That's,
of course.
Yeah.
Still love it, like the first time, every time. Every time, self-esteem as well. Actually, I have a nephew since a year now. He's my nephew, and I saw him 2 weeks ago, and I was making listening to him punk rock music, my playlist, because I want to make a great education. I want to be a great auntie, and I just watching his reactions, and I'm probably sure that he'll be a punk rocker later. How do you feel when you see some fans talking about, oh, I was listening to you when I was a baby, and now I have a baby, and I want them to listen to you? How does it feel for you?
That's great. Since we've been doing this for 30 years since Smash, our audience has never grown old. Our audience is always young. The first 4 rows are all young people. But now we're starting to see their parents blend in with them.
I know, that's why I'm asking.
And their parents were those kids 30 years ago. Yeah. So that's a rad thing. If we're helping parents and kids find things that they share, things that they feel the same about. That's what a great thing, man. I think that's awesome.
Because I think to me, sharing music is like sharing love.
Absolutely. It's like good food, turning people on to good food and good music. It is. It's very much sharing love.
It's just our hearts which are talking. So sharing music is like sharing love. So I guess sharing your music is like saying, okay, I love you. It's like saying I love you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I think we're done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us back on.
Thank you. So nice talking with you.
Oh, thank you. The album is amazing. Congratulations. We can't wait to see you again. And I have him tomorrow at Rock and Sen.
Nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we going to interview again tomorrow?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. We'll be there just to have fun.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, as you should. Yeah.